I have, let me start from I'll make this quick. I went to a Patriot Guard mission yesterday, and when I heard about the guy's past, I knew I was going to make this one rain or shine. And the man who passed away, the veteran, he spent 7.5 years in a Vietnamese POW camp. And then when he got out, uh, returned to the United States, went to college, got a master's degree, and became a college professor somewhere up in North Arkansas. And then retired. Him and his wife moved back to Texas. Anyway, I'm glad I went. There was actually 7 of us that were there. I was hoping there would be a lot of people there just because the guy led an exemplary life. And here's the kicker. One of the attendees at the funeral was a man that had been in the same prison camp with him for 8 years. He was there 6 months before this fella who passed away was there. And boy, that was a real honor to meet somebody who had survived 8 years of hell. And he was a lieutenant colonel. I mean, retired, of course, because he was in his 80s. But he was wearing his blues, his Air Force blues, with his rank and his ribbons and all that. And it was a boy, if you haven't been in the military, you just don't know sometimes. Anyway, I won't go there. So anyway, the video that was blocked, I had music on it. I was listening to my music on the way out there and on the way back. And some of it I didn't even realize the radio was on because the GoPro was right next to the speaker. And I'm moving, so I can't hear it. So they blocked the entire video and then gave me 16 copyright strikes. Actually, not a strike, a warning. So I just went into my man cave and I added silly, just music. I chose the genre of calm. So that's what it is. 2 hours and 11 minutes of calm music and 180 miles of motorcycle ride. But what I want you to know is you've got to scroll to the 37-minute mark exactly, or, a few seconds before, and watch the close call I had. I had somebody turn right, just 100 feet, no, not even 100 feet. It was like 50 feet in front of me. And I saw it happening. I had a plan. I had just left a red light, and I was shifted up to about 35 miles an hour. And I checked my left mirror, and the car that was beside me was far enough back behind me that I knew I could grab his lane, and that's exactly what I did. But I had to stay on the gas in order to get that lane, so that's why it didn't look like I slowed down, because plan A was to dump over into the left lane and go around him.
And the car
And
looks like it stopped right in
yeah,
front of
yeah,
you.
if you look close, I mean, it looks like the guy stopped. It was an old man.
Yeah.
And,
Wow.
I'm not going to be mad. I myself have been guilty of not seeing a motorcycle. Motorcycles are hard to see. And when you're on a motorcycle, you have to remember that every foot of the road, you got to remember that. So, yeah, it looked like he kind of panicked and stopped. And
Yeah.
plan A was to go around him, and plan B was to hit him and try to jump over him. So it's rendering. It'd probably be several hours. I don't expect anybody to watch 2 hours and 11 minutes of me riding my motorcycle. But if you don't watch any of it, please scroll to 37 minutes into the video and watch that. That was and it didn't even bother me because, I mean, you can see after it happened, I just kept on rolling. It was not the first time, and it won't be the last. And you just got to be prepared for that every second of the way. And it happened to us. Remember that in Arkansas? The girl pulled out in front of us. I mean, probably 25 feet away, and then laughed about it. Remember that?
I do.
Yeah. Yep.
I had a lady, a couple of months ago. You couldn't have walked between the back of my bike and her bumper. She came that close to rear-ended me. Why? I have no idea. The light was red. I mean, where was she gonna go? There was 2 bikes in front of her.
Yeah.
And I turned around and looked back at her, and she was like, "What?" I do this all the time.
Yeah.
Get over
And
it.
I think it's drugs. There's a
don't
lot of
know.
people driving around heavily medicated that all their senses are off. Their sense of distance, their sense of
do.
time, their sense of speed. Anyway, I wanted to make this short video, and it's already 5 minutes long. So that should be rendered in a few hours, I would imagine, maybe 8 hours. I don't know, because it's 2 hours of adding YouTube's copyright-free music. So I'm not going to my shop today. I managed to shift and pull the clutch lever all day long yesterday, and my hands didn't hurt till about the last few miles of the trip. And today I'm probably going to wax my motorcycle, clean it up some, because it's been sitting there for months. And anyway, have a good Friday. Today's Friday, right?
Today's Friday.
Have a good Friday, y'all.